Welcome to my new YouTube channel, The Experience with the California Adventure. I'm the California Adventure. My name's Gilbert. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy I'm here. And let's go along for the ride together. My channel is going to feature nothing but original content, concert reviews, recipes, travel advice, travel reviews, you name it. So please be sure you subscribe so you can catch it all. And once again, I'm happy you're here. I don't take any of you for granted. Please be sure to subscribe. I need you. Today we're going to start with an awesome review of Johnny Depp playing with Slash and Joe Perry at Joe Perry's album release party. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get this footage, and I'm so happy to share it with you.
So this was my first time ever catching a show on Sunset Strip. I always grew up a big Aerosmith fan, a big Joe Perry fan. I've always been a big rock and roll fan in general. I remember, I think I saw it advertised on Facebook or something. I just happened to see the show advertised and I was able to snag a general admission ticket. I showed up really early in the morning. I waited outside all day. That's how I got this close to the stage and was able to catch this footage for you. Now this show was Joe Perry's album release party for Sweetzerland Manifesto. I know it's kind of spelled weird, like sweet, not Switzerland, Sweetzerland. This show had a bunch of guests. They played along with Joe. It really ended up being a star-studded event. Going into the show, I didn't expect that, so that was really awesome. Now, the one thing I really remember about this show, especially in regards to Johnny Depp, is how happy he looked.
And when I think about the times I've seen Johnny Depp as a fan, because I don't know him personally, obviously, I don't recall seeing him truly happy as an actor. And like I said, I'm not behind the scenes. I mean, there's so many moments you don't see as a fan. When you see him on stage, and especially in certain moments, you see genuine joy that you could tell is genuine in anybody. That's something that I think is just so heartwarming to see. And I truly think that, yeah, music is Johnny's happy place. That's what gives him comfort. That's his first love, and it shows. A lot of people really don't know this, but music was Johnny Depp's first love. Music is what brought him to Hollywood. He didn't come with hopes of being an actor. He came with hopes of being a rock star. And he happened to become a famous actor before he became a rock star. And that's something that I think when you look at his talent all around makes it even more incredible, because to be a good guitarist, you really have to commit yourself and commit a whole lot of time. To be a good actor, you really got to commit yourself and a whole lot of time. And to be at a master or a high level at one and even be good at another is amazing. People could only spread themselves so thin, and to be good enough at both, to be in the public eye, on stage, doing your thing, that's something that I think is awesome.
A lot of people are criticizing, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but some people are criticizing Johnny's guitar playing. And you know what? Is Johnny on the level of Joe Perry or Slash? No, but not many people are. Now, is Johnny a good musician in his own right? You know, absolutely. He's written a lot of music. He's produced a ton of music. I think the criticism is unwarranted, and I think, you know, he could stand on his own as a musician any day of the week. All right, so here it is. Johnny Depp getting down with a bunch of boring old men, as some would call them, otherwise known as Joe Perry and Slash. Remember, this is a review, so the video will pause a few times while I give my thoughts. The full video can be found on my other YouTube channel, which features nothing but concert footage that I've personally taken and recorded myself over the years. And I'll have a link attached at the end of the video, and I'll also have a link in the description. And also remember, if you like seeing Johnny Depp happy and rocking out, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You know, it really means a lot to me. I don't take any viewers or subscribers for granted. I'm trying to build this new channel to go along with my music channel that I have of those recordings. I really appreciate you being here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for me. Thank you. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate you. Yes, Slash and Joe Perry have a long friendship going back many years, and there's some cool stories between the two, so it's no surprise to see Slash here.
We're gonna need your help on this one.
This was my like, oh crap moment. I can't believe like this is happening. I'm seeing this with my own eyes. Like I said, this is my first time traveling to the Strip to be able to see Joe Perry / and have Johnny Depp come out, which was, I mean, completely unexpected. That was just a real treat. This was the moment that that was setting in, like, holy moly, like I'm really seeing this.
Yeah, that's a joint hanging out of Johnny's mouth. Now, a lot of people don't know Joe and Johnny are real good friends and play together along with Alice Cooper in Hollywood Vampires. They do quite a lot of live shows when they have free time and when they can. So if you ever have a chance to check them out when they come to town, please do. You won't regret it. But yeah, Joe and Johnny, they're really good friends. And if I'm not mistaken, this album was recorded largely in Johnny Depp's studio at his house. Johnny Depp, I think, is credited as one of the producers on the album, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. You know, some people have made comments about Johnny, like, you know, kind of pushing his hair back, moving his hair or whatever, and when he's supposed to be playing his guitar. You know what? I don't really think it's a big deal considering that there's a bunch of other guitarists on stage playing virtually the same part. So I really don't think it's a big deal. Also, Johnny came out with drink in hand. You could tell he was having a good time. I mean, it was late in the night. By this time of the night, he's probably feeling pretty good, if you know what I mean. Now, I apologize for parts of the sound kind of cutting out at times. I film this stuff for myself primarily, and I'm rocking out while I film it. Every now and then I'm glancing down at my screen. Especially at this time, I wasn't even filming with the intention of ever sharing this on YouTube or sharing this with anybody. It was just so I could relive it. In any of the recordings I do of live music, you might hear the sound cut out every now and then, and that's because I just happen to be holding the phone in a certain way that it covers up the microphone or whatever, you know, captures the audio. I apologize again, but stuff happens. Now check out this interaction between Dean DeLeo and Johnny. Look how happy they both are during and especially after that interaction. I just love seeing musicians enjoying themselves and having a good time. Now that we understand more of what Johnny had been through and around that time and whatnot, I mean, and what he's been through since, it's cool to see him smiling. It's cool to see him happy. Like I said, I think being up on that stage is his happy place. This is another awesome moment seeing Johnny interact with Robert DeLeo. It's just cool to see him happy. What you can't see off camera is that both of them are just beaming, especially Johnny. You really can't see his face, but he's smiling ear to ear.
Now, we just saw Johnny's solo. A lot of people criticize Johnny for not having some blistering solo following Slash and Joe Perry. You know what? I think Johnny's solo sounded great for the tempo of the music. It fit in well with the song. And also, he wasn't trying to compete with Joe Perry and Slash. Don't even try. How you compete with legends? Do your own thing. I think his timing was spot on with the flow of the music, and it fit right in, and that's what counts the most. So I think his solo was just fine. It complemented the song itself and the playing styles of the other guitarists very well. Yeah, some people might complain, but oh well, let them complain, right? And yes, that's my phone that just died. But luckily I got most of the song. I know after this point in the song, it went on for I think about another minute and a half. And Joe Perry did like another 30-second solo or so, and then it pretty much ended. And then Joe Perry smashed his guitar on stage, and that was the end of the show. It's funny because during sound checks earlier, we had seen Slash show up, and we heard him practicing Train Kept Rolling, and we also heard him practice Walk This Way. And it would have really been awesome if they played Walk This Way also, and, you know, Johnny would have joined in for that as well. That would have really been something special. And maybe Joe Perry forgot there was one more song and smashed his guitar, and that was, you know, the end of the show. Who knows? But yeah, my phone died either way, so. And the one thing I remember so vividly, especially in regards to Johnny, is how happy and relaxed he looked. He really looked like, I said, like he was in his happy place, like he was in his element. This was the last song of the night. I remember Johnny, after Joe Perry had introduced everybody, and including Johnny, they started to walk off to the side stage, and Johnny was walking off to the right. And I was, you know, pretty close. At this point, Johnny was probably about, I would say, like 6 feet from me. And I yelled really loud, "Hey, Johnny." And he looked right at me with his, like, huh? Like, almost like maybe I sounded like someone he knew. But he clearly heard me because he snapped his head right over, looked right at me. I just told him, "Way to go, Johnny. We appreciate you." I think that's all I said. And that's all I was able to get out. And all he did was give me like a little wave and the kindest smile. That's what I remember the most. Like, I wish I could have captured that smile or that look he had at the end of that show. He looked at peace. He really looked happy, and he looked just in his element. And for all of us that are fans of Johnny Depp, it's cool to see. I mean, that's how we want him, and that's how everybody should strive to be. And so that concludes my review of Johnny Depp jamming with a bunch of boring old men, as some would call them once again. But in actuality, they're some of the biggest icons in rock and roll, and I'm sure Johnny loved every second of it. And I think he stood his ground well. He rocked out. That's all I could say about that. Rock on, Johnny. Keep doing your thing. I think Johnny, just like many of us, finds his happy place in music. A lot of us do. And once again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking your time watch one of my videos, especially this review. This is one of my first reviews that I'm doing now for this new channel that I'm creating. If you liked it, if you appreciate what I did, if you appreciate the content that I had here, if you appreciated the video, and if you like Johnny Depp, please give the channel a subscribe. Help me grow this channel into something special. I really, really do appreciate you watching.